In a fresh and hard-hitting observation, a parliamentary panel has once again placed Hindustan Aeronautics Limited under the scanner, highlighting serious institutional shortcomings in the way India's premier aerospace company handles international civil aviation certification. The Committee on Public Undertakings has revealed that repeated delays by HAL in securing global civil certifications for its helicopters have caused direct financial losses of more than 108 Indian rupees crore, while also costing India several high-value export opportunities at a time when New Delhi is aggressively pushing defence and aerospace exports. The report, tabled in Parliament on December 12, points to a deeper structural problem rather than an isolated failure. According to the committee, HAL has historically remained comfortable operating within a defense-centric ecosystem, where military certification processes dominate. However, the global civil aviation market follows a completely different regulatory culture, governed by strict safety, documentation, traceability, and design assurance standards set by agencies such as the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, or EASA. The panel observed that HAL failed to align itself early with these requirements, putting Indian-made helicopters at a disadvantage in international tenders. One of the most glaring examples cited is HAL's decade-long struggle to obtain EASA type certification for one of its helicopter platforms. What was initially expected to be a routine certification exercise turned into a prolonged and expensive process. The committee noted that HAL underestimated the complexity of EASA civilian standards, which require compliance not only in flight safety but also in production quality systems, supplier audits, maintenance documentation, and lifecycle support planning. As delays accumulated, contractual deadlines were missed, penalties were imposed, and foreign customers gradually lost confidence in HAL's ability to deliver certified products on time. The panel further underlined that the damage was not just financial. Repeated certification failures have had a reputational impact on India's aerospace export credibility. In the highly competitive global helicopter market, buyers prefer platforms that already carry internationally recognized certifications, as these reduce operational risk, insurance costs, and regulatory hurdles in their home countries. Without EASA or equivalent approvals, even technically capable helicopters struggle to find buyers, regardless of their performance or price advantage. A key recommendation of the committee is that international civil certification requirements must be built into the aircraft from the design stage itself. The panel stressed that certification cannot be treated as a post-development formality. Instead, design architecture, materials, avionics integration, software assurance levels, and manufacturing processes must all be aligned with global civil standards from day one. The committee has asked the Ministry of Defence to submit a clear roadmap outlining what corrective steps have already been taken and to commit to a fixed timeline for finalising bilateral certification agreements with major global regulators. Such bilateral agreements are critical because they allow mutual recognition of certification data between India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation and authorities like EASA. Without these frameworks, every Indian aircraft entering the civil export market must undergo lengthy and costly independent validation, often repeating tests already conducted domestically. The panel has specifically urged the government to fast-track negotiations with EASA, given Europe's dominance in the global civil helicopter ecosystem. In its defense, HAL informed the committee that the majority of its portfolio remains military-focused, and therefore international civil certification is pursued only for platforms with clear civilian or dual-use potential. HAL stated that its internal research and development manual already integrates military certification norms along with DGCA civil requirements. The company also assured that international certification standards would be incorporated at the design phase whenever export prospects justify the effort. HAL further highlighted the presence of a dedicated airworthiness group responsible for continuous engagement with the DGCA and EASA. According to the company, this group is tasked with ensuring regulatory compliance, documentation alignment, and certification planning throughout the product life cycle. However, the parliamentary panel remained unconvinced that existing mechanisms are sufficient, given the scale of past delays and financial losses. The Ministry of Defence, responding to the committee's recommendations, stated that it will examine the feasibility of strengthening bilateral certification arrangements through the Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA. The aim, according to the ministry, is to reduce approval timelines and ensure that future Indian helicopter programs do not face the same regulatory bottlenecks. The larger message from the Parliamentary panel is clear. As India seeks to emerge as a serious aerospace exporter under initiatives like Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, certification discipline must match engineering ambition. Without global civil approvals, indigenous helicopters will remain confined largely to domestic and military users. For HAL, this report represents not just criticism, but a warning that future export success will depend as much on regulatory strategy as on technical capability.